hello out there. Hey, Wes, can you turn my microphone down in my headset? Excuse me.
No, because I can't do that.
You can't?
How am I supposed to do that?
With this, you can't do it with one of those buttons there?
No.
All right. Well, anyway.
You can turn your own headset down.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. Excuse me, everybody. Hey, welcome to another live stream coming to you right before Halloween. Today is the 26th. So that's why I played Spooky, because it's a spooky time of year. That's a great tune, isn't it? The Classics 4, and I think they later on became the Atlantic rhythm section. They'd pick up the pieces and stuff, I believe. My history is correct. Anyway, yeah, that's one of those tunes that kind of is just a fun tune, man. D minor to G. And it's got a G sharp diminished. Anyway, here we are, another live stream. Wes is here. Say hi, Wes.
Oh, okay. That's not me.
Nice camera switch there. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they can see the music there then.
Yeah. I am here though.
Okay, and Gail's working the message board, and so we're all set for another live stream. So, I never got a rundown. Did you print it?
I didn't.
I asked you to print it. What the hell? Okay, we need a rundown. Excuse me. So what do we got coming up? Well, let me first start on this. Look at this guitar, right? You've seen it before. Well, actually, you probably haven't seen this one before. This is the one with the gold frets. This is a 775, and I just happen to have another one right there, another one. And what you're asking, why did I buy two of them? Well, that's a good question. It's because I'm going to sell one of them. And so I just saw it. I thought, man, I'm going to get it. So I did, and now I have to let one of them go. But we're going to compare these two guitars because one of them I have lifted up the pickup ring, and one of them I haven't. So we can compare the sound and see if that really makes a difference. But I noticed just within the models that the guitars sound a little different.
Yeah.
Crazy, huh?
That's just how it is. I mean, guitars just sound different. You could have the exact same thing come off the exact same, like the wood's different, you know?
Yeah.
Isn't it weird, though?
It is weird. And another thing is how much it's been played, because that makes a difference in the wood. They sell these things that you can put on your guitar that'll vibrate certain frequencies to get the molecules of the wood to line up. And believe it or not, it does make a difference. So, but, a lot of them have them tuned to open chords, like E's and stuff. I want to get one, stick it in there and have it play B flats and F's, because those are the jazz keys, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know what I'm rambling on, I guess. But anyway, this guitar here, I was going to bring out the pickup covers. This guitar is the one that has the gold frets. I don't know if you can see that they're gold frets.
Are we already just jumping right into this?
Oh,
review?
okay.
Or you got some announcements, or man, what are you?
I don't have my thing. Okay, so.
Oh, come on. I got some stuff to talk about.
Okay, what are you going to talk about?
Gibson. Got some. Do you know they're getting into the effects pedal business?
Oh, good. They did that before.
And now people are already like, dude, you ripped off another company. You're putting out a new pedal and you completely ripped off another company.
Really?
What's going on with that? So that's kind of interesting. And then,
I guess they have a army of lawyers.
right. And then Rolling Stone magazine
Yeah.
just put out its list of the 250 greatest guitar players of all time.
And Keith Richards is on the top.
Well, it's the number one person is someone who you would expect to be at number one. I'll just say it right now, it's Jimi Hendrix. But the rest of it's completely ridiculous.
Okay, well.
And even Rick Beato,
Uh-huh.
just went off on it. And it's just the most. Wait till you see some of the it's. There's no rhyme or reason for anything.
Was this voted by the
No.
readers? It was just
no,
them.
This is them.
Oh, God, that's stupid.
Yeah, and so it's just funny. It's worth looking at. And maybe that's what they were going for. Maybe that's why got us talking about it.
Put out misinformation.
Not like it's misinformation. It's just like, how stupid are you? It's like looking at someone. You can't take your eyes off them because they're doing something so dumb.
Yeah, I hear that.
So, yeah. Anyway, yeah.
So Keith, excuse me.
God dang, man.
Keith Richards was just on Jimmy Fallon the other night, and I stayed up to watch him. I liked it. I liked the show, and they have a new album, Rolling Stones, new album out, right? After 25 years, their first album after 20 some odd years. And I guess they played at this little club for their little album preview. Played live. It was a shocker. But, Jimmy Fallon says something to Keith Richards like, how does it feel to be one of the greatest guitar players? And Keith says, you better talk to Segovia about that.
Right.
Yeah. He's not an idiot. Jeez.
Yeah, Keith Richards is up there on the list. I'm not gonna lie, he's
great.
way too far ahead than what I would expect him to be at because Adam Falk says one day Lil Wayne will be on that list. You're right.
Lil Wayne.
He's a rapper.
Oh.
So there you go. David Cannon is here. He's an Accelerator guy. Just joined. Eric Clapton at number 35, which that's somewhat appropriate.
Is Joe Pass on the list?
I don't think so.
Okay, good. And Howard Roberts? No.
Well, so
none of the jazz guys are on the list.
Wes Montgomery is. I don't know where, but we can scroll around. But anyway,
Chet Atkins is probably on.
Yeah, he's on there. Anyway, you got announcements here. Angie McCartney.
That's right. Yes. All right. So check this out, you guys. Do you want me to tell the story now? Okay. So I have a student named Paul, and he says, hey, I have business dealings with Angie McCartney, and if you ever need to know anything about the Beatles, let me know and ask her. All right, so, and then all of a sudden, I get this in the mail, and it's a beautiful little card written here, and it says, you ought to go to this camera up here, but you can't see, you don't have that plugged in now. Okay. Mm-mm. But anyway, it just says, this is a gift from Paul. Hope you enjoy it. This is...
Not Paul McCartney.
No, Paul writes, this is my first book now, working on my fifth. Best wishes, Angie. And she wrote in the beginning here, best wishes, Rich. And so I'm going to write her back and tell her thank you. But you're saying, who is Angie McCartney? Well, apparently she married Jim McCartney, who was Paul's father. So she's Paul McCartney's stepmom. And the foreword in this book is interesting. It's by Cynthia Lennon. And they became very, very good friends because one of the reasons is they both had children around the same age, I guess, Julian and Ruth. But anyway, it's a fascinating book. I mean, it comes as a, what a slant talking about, the Beatles and stuff. Well, she gives her history, which I find very interesting. She's at the time of writing this, she was 82.9 years old. Now, she was born, she's in her 90s now. So, according to Paul, she still is, she has a winery. She's doing business. She's very active. And so I thought, what a treat. How cool is that? So I'm going to send her a thank you. See, here's a picture of Paul McCartney with her in the back there. See that? And their kids stuff. So I'm going to send her a thank you note. And I was going to send her a CD of some Christmas music because they apparently, they celebrate Christmas. Matter of fact, she talks about, some Christmas evenings. But anyway, but I was going to give her, but I don't have any CDs. We don't have CDs anymore. So I'm going to do a USB. So isn't that something? I thought, wow, how cool is that? Good grief. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that was definitely cool for sure.
What a sweet lady to do that, to send that. And she must really have a lot of respect for Paul, my student Paul, to do that for him. So anyway, Paul is in Spain now. Anyways, the student Paul writes, REITZ. How do you pronounce that?
I'm guessing how you just said it. He's a jazz guitar accelerator student.
Not only that, he's an excellent player.
Nice.
I'm like, what am I to show you, Paul?
Wow.
But somehow we work out with some things.
Yeah. So anyway, we got a lot of the normal faces here. Eddie Davis.
Eddie, what's happening, man?
Rob Riggs, Jasper, David Cannon already said hi. He said Chet Atkins is at number 39. And Garrett Masterson just popped in.
Garrett, what's up, guy?
Leo Brackles here from North Dakota. William Melton, what's going on, William? Hope your hand's feeling better, buddy.
William. Oh, that's right, yeah.
Jim, Ralphie's here. Kirby's here. Don
Jimmy.
Spain.
Hey, everybody.
DDA Jordan from France. Gordon's Zoots from Birmingham. I know that. Andrew's from New Jersey.
Andrew, what's happening, man?
Yeah, Danielle Emberly says she's currently working on Dream a Little Dream of Me after someone suggested it. I was surprised to see it was first recorded in 1931 by Ozzie Nelson. And Lewis Taylor from Chicago. What's going on, guys? Thanks for popping in.
Yeah, gosh, yeah, thank you, you guys. Remember, this is your live stream. Ask the questions because, and if you don't show up, we really aren't going to either. So,
yeah, and Bill Reeves here. He's another jazz guitar accelerator.
Hey, Bill.
Hey,
Bill.
Gordon says the Rolling Stone thing is the top 250 list of entertainers that happen to play guitar.
Oh,
that's much more accurate. They wouldn't get blasted by everyone under the sun if they would have called it that.
Yeah.
Although it's not as exciting. So.
Yeah, I hear that. So anyway. Okay,
and then you had, let's see, I have the announcements.
Okay.
You have 8 weeks till Christmas and Mastermind Group.
Yeah, so we're finishing the some of these guys are finishing the accelerator program. So we've been kind of trying to figure out what the heck are we going to do after that. So we have come up with this new idea of a jazz mastermind group where we get together once a week as a group of maybe 6, 7, 8, I don't know how many people, and have a couple hour session where we talk about the songs that we're working on, how to approach them, different ideas and soloing, analyzing them, chord melody, all that good stuff. And I thought, wow, that would be good. And then they're going to have their own Facebook page, and they can interact with one another. And I thought, well, maybe this. So we're going to see how that's going to play out. Am I missing anything?
Yeah, no, just that we're trying to form a community of people who want to learn guitar. So
Yeah, but these are guys also that have been through the accelerator, so they're kind of all on the same page. It's, you know what I'm saying?
right.
I don't know if we want to bring people who haven't been on through there.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, we're still working it out. So we might need to. Otherwise, the group's going to be so small, as people graduate, there's only 2 guys. That's not a big group lesson,
That isn't a big group.
But I mean, I think the idea is, what I think the coolest part about it is you meet up once a week on Zoom with like say, anywhere from 5 to 15 guys. And you teach them something in the first half an hour. They start asking questions about stuff in the second half hour. Third half hour, maybe they're playing for each other, and so you have this element of having to perform every week in this little group setting. It's like almost like a little mini jam session, to kind of work the nerves out. And, so you're not just sitting there playing in your house the whole time. It's like you need to get the feeling of what it feels like to play in front of other people. And that makes you a better player.
True.
And giving them a place to do that is really supportive, full of like-minded people, it would just, I think, give people a big boost of confidence, because everyone would be stoked to watch everybody else progress. And, oh man, you played that so good, and man, you're getting so much better from 2 weeks ago, or everyone's kind of on the same page with the same goal in mind.
And everybody roots for everybody else. That's
Right.
one thing from the camp, that nobody's there cutting people down. Everybody is there is hoping that you do the best you can, So everybody's rooting for you. Nobody's like, well, look, he made a mistake here. You did this, you did it. No, nobody's doing that.
Right.
That environment is not present at the camp, and I wouldn't think that it would be present in this situation as well.
Yeah, so that's definitely getting going. But I don't know. I was thinking that, maybe we might have to, do a little bit of recruiting for this first round.
Oh, maybe so. Yeah.
So we'll definitely keep you posted on that, whether we're going to but it's made for accelerator students once they're done. And we'll it'll give you structure and focus for another 5 months.
Right.
So you're not poking around, going back to your old ways of poking around YouTube and trying to figure out what to,
Right.
what to play. And you'll have structure every week. You'll have a community, and you'll also be able to ask questions to you in the Facebook group.
True.
So like after the group lesson, say is on a Wednesday,
right.
Thursday comes around, you're like, crap, I don't know what to do on this part. Well, type in a question in the YouTube page, and then he'll answer it back with like a little quick video showing you what to do. And then everyone that's in the Facebook group is like, oh, that's sweet. Like, I didn't know that I could do that. So, so anytime people are asking questions, the answers are going to be useful for the whole group. True. So you'll be utilizing this Facebook group, private Facebook group, to ask you questions. So you're not just one lesson a week on your own. Hopefully you figure it out. You'll be able to have answers with real time kind of feedback, not real time, but like actual feedback coming back in. So
Right, right.
So yeah,
As well as your friends in the group can help too.
right. So yeah, it'll be fun, and just because we got such a good community here on YouTube,
Right.
and so it would be fun for sure. And then 8 weeks till Christmas.
Eight
Did we already
weeks till
say that?
yeah.
Is that an announcement?
Yeah, it's 8 weeks till Christmas, so we got to get busy here. Got to get busy and start learning some Christmas tunes, right? Sure. Yeah, yep, indeedy. So we'll play a tune in a minute. So I saw a question up here. How does the 775 compare to a 175? Okay, good question. Number one, take a look at the headstock. Way different, right? Okay. Look at the neck. 3-piece maple neck, or 5-piece, excuse me. By the way, so this is the one is in better condition than the other. This is the least good condition. How do you say it? So this one, believe it or not, if you look, can you see in here? I don't know if it'll show in the cameras, but inside here it's kind of dull,
Right.
and the whole guitar looked like that, and I had to rub this thing out like you wouldn't believe, and so I kind of got pooped out and didn't do anymore. But the top had looked like that as well, and I had replaced the pickup covers because I thought this guitar is so nice. It's got to have good nice. I hate it when the pickup covers are all, the gold's rubbed off in certain spots. And then I also got a new bridge for it because I thought, let's make it look pretty. So I did. It could stand a few more rubbing on it, But, okay, the other thing about this, the pickup is in the right spot. The 175, the pickup is moved over here. Theory being you pick right there. But the further away from the bridge, you get a mellower tone. If the pickup's up here, you're not going to get as mellow a tone. Also, it has an ebony fretboard. 175 is rosewood. 175 is mahogany neck. This is 5-piece maple. It is a laminate sides and back and top maple. And then it's got this cool little tailpiece with that wooden thing in there. And I think I explained, Mitch Holder explained it to me about what was going on with this guitar. These are both 91s, and they only made them for a couple of years. But the custom shop and the regular shop were in competition to come up with some new guitar. Basically, the regular shop came up with this, and the custom shop came up with the L4 CES. And so they were around the same price. The L4 CES is solid spruce with the L5 tailpiece. And it kind of won over. It was also, they were around the same price, but according to Mitch, the L4 was easier to make and cheaper to make, and they made more money on it. So they discontinued this. This also has the L5 tailpiece material, or a pickguard material, as opposed to a 175 is the black plastic. So it's got a lot of features, the inlays, the pretty inlays. Anyway, and all the binding around the headstock. So that's the difference. And like I said, too, they only made these, 2 or 3 years, 91, 92, 93, something like that.
Right. So do you think that obviously you like where the pickup is better here?
Oh, way bigger.
And it
better.
makes a huge difference, you think, right?
Oh, yeah.
Why do you think Gibson didn't continue to make it? Well, obviously, because
They made
Gibson's dumb.
They made more money on the L4.
Oh, got it.
The L4 won out.
Right.
Yeah.
So are those similar price ranges then?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Is the L4 more expensive than that? Or a little more?
Well, it's hard to say now. I don't know. They don't make this anymore.
Gordon says that L775 is a longer scale length.
No. Let's check. You got me wondering, but I don't believe so. No, 24 3/4. Okay. Anything else?
Not so far. Anybody else have any questions? About the 775. There are some other questions, but so
Do you want to do a comparison? Because this one's got the pickups
yeah.
right on the top. This one over here has the pickups lifted up with the ring. Okay?
Okay, well, can you show that on there before? Yeah, maybe play something else too on that, like so we can hear this one fresh. We can't remember what it sounded like from
All right.
30 minutes ago.
All right, yeah. Let's go.
Here, I'm gonna kill these overhead mics here.
All right. Got a good sampling of that?
Yeah.
All right, let's switch. Talk to him while I'm switching. Talk to him.
Well, what am I supposed to say?
Give him the weather.
Let's get if you have any other questions about it. Everyone's asking for the price, and you're not gonna.
And I'm
say
not
it.
going to give it.
You have to call him for the price, which is. Come on, man. Are you over that yet? Just say the damn price.
We've talked about that before. We're not saying the price. Jeez.
I mean, it's not me asking. It's your fans. So if you're going to give them that attitude, then...
Well, I don't know the price. I'm sorry. I haven't worked it out. Plus,
Man, I don't want to just actively avoid people's questions.
because... write? Can't they write? Email me? Can't they email me?
Well, then maybe you should tell them that.
You're telling. Tell him. You said call him, and then he said, aren't you over then? You can email me, too.
Yeah. Well, you email them. There you go. There, you good? All right. Let me know. I'm gonna kill that when you're ready. I'm gonna
Kill the mic.
All right.
I don't know. What do you think, Wes?
I think that one probably sounds a little jazzier, maybe.
It's got a little more high end, huh? High end bump, maybe. Well, now you got the mic on, but it's got a little more high end, I think, to it when you do that. Lets the top vibrate a little more, even though it's a laminate top.
Yeah, it's not big.
It's not a huge difference. It didn't make a huge difference on this guitar. It's made it on other ones, I'll tell you that.
Someone asked about the width of the fretboard at the neck. Ron Eigner. Hi guys, what is the width of the fretboard at the neck?
At the nut, you mean? It's 1 11/16.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people saying that the other ones, the number 2 is brighter. Joel Henderson.
Joel, what's happening, man?
He likes the number 2. He'll take number 2.
Okay.
Jasper likes number 1 a little more. Let's see. Second one is brighter, says Chuck Crocker.
Chuck, what's happening?
Yeah. So there you go. They're really similar though, you know.
Yeah, they are similar.
Do they feel exactly the same?
No.
What is the difference between the two?
I think that the first one, this one here, has a little tiny, just a hair fatter neck. But I like the frets on this. They're a little higher fret than this one. So it's kind of weird. So I don't know. I'd be happy with either one. This one is in prettier shape. But whatever. One thing I don't like about perfect guitars is when you ding them up. It's a bummer. If somebody else does it and you already get it all banged up, then it's okay. You can bang it up all you want. My philosophy. So yeah, these two Archtops are probably one of the nicest. They're all over a 175. Period. Just all over. So anyway.
But way harder to find.
Way harder to find. Yeah.
Ron likes number 2, and so does Reed.
Okay, well, the only difference is I raised the pickup ring.
So are you gonna do that on the other one then?
Probably, yeah.
Before you sell it?
Yeah, I'll do whatever somebody wants. Yeah, I generally like to do that. It's easy, makes a little bit of a difference, and once they're in there, and it's very easy to take out. Just loosen the screws and turn it over, and they fall right out.
Garrett says is defending you, saying that Rich doesn't need to say the price in this setting.
Thank you, Garrett. Thank you very much.
If someone is actually interested, they should contact him. And then Pat said, Garrett is right on. Besides, Rich does like some of us more than others.
Well, he's got a point there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, I don't. Yeah. We talked about that before.
Right.
So,
yeah, what else is there to say about these things?
well, the pickup's in the right spot. It's got a nice fat sound. There you have it. It's a guitar of a lifetime, pretty much.
And if you are interested, you could find our the email address in the description of this video.
Okay, so I'll be honest with you. I was at a guitar show, and there was one of these there, and I had my L4, and I thought, wow, I'm going to compare these two, and I did. And these do sound a little darker, but I thought, I like the sound of this better. I'm not saying that just because, I'm going to sell one of them, but it's true. It's really true. It's like I thought, God dang it. I like the sound of this better. But I didn't have the money to buy that one, and I wish I would have, but I didn't. But, I got a lot of guitars, if you haven't noticed.
Yep, quite a few.
But how many does a guy need? One more. All right.
So Gordon asked if I play guitar, and I do play guitar. I do not play jazz. I strum chords, cowboy chords, and I write songs, and I like to sing. Mm-hmm. So that's what I do. Yeah. Eddie also asked. He was curious about that too.
What about
but
you?
Yeah, I
about
do.
You?
I am letting people down. Yeah, with a name like Wes, you must play guitar. Yeah. Sadly, though, I'm not living up to the Wes name there.
Although Wes doesn't just play cowboy chords. He doesn't do this. He finds all these weird sounds and creates songs with them. So.
Yeah.
Like, you ever play a C major 7 like this? Isn't that a pretty sound? So anyway,
I do. I like those ringing out weird chords. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Just try to keep it different. Mm-hmm. Though.
Yes.
But yeah, mainly I like to yell really loud like a rock singer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Somebody asked, did the 775 cost $775? No, they were a lot more than that. I don't know where they get their numbers, so who knows? Shall we play a song or what?
Sure.
All right, it's getting Christmas.
Oh yeah, 8 weeks till Christmas. Is this part of the announcement? Hilarious.
You're like your mother. You just crack yourself up. You're just having a good old time over there laughing at yourself.
Gordon says, come on, Wes, you need to enter the dark side.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Jazz, yeah.
Jay Roberts tells a story, about his father, Howard. Jay got interested in guitar, and Jay would ask, how do you play E minor 9 or something, and Howard would say, I got books all downstairs in the basement. Go down there and check it out. But so he never gave him, I guess, too much advice in person, but they did play together. So according to Jay, what they would do is go down in the basement and they'd turn off the lights and say, let's play guitar. Isn't that funny? And Jay is wonderful, wonderful player. Anyway, So what's the point of that? Well, I saw the books. I got all these books. You just got to read them.
Yeah. What song are you gonna play?
Joy to the World.
So is that part of the instant Christmas thing?
Not that version. There is another version that's part of the Instant Christmas. Yes, just add guitar. So we have the track, a nice track, and everything, and then you just learn the melody and make some music in your home with instant guitar. Yeah, it's on the web. It's on the library, so you ought to go check it out. I think it'd be real good for you.
And they're all pretty relatively simple.
Very simple.
Arrangements. So it's like
Yes.
literally you can just hit,
Play and go.
Yeah, and like single note line jingle bells for, your grandchildren.
Right.
And they can sing along with you or something. I don't know.
Hey, I just saw a thing here. It said, somebody said he's got his L5's cutting off his circulation.
Alan Blake, my L5 is cutting off the circulation in my hand sometimes. I need something as warm but not as big.
Yeah. Well, L5s are big. There's no question about it. So it depends on how you hold the guitar, and so.
So maybe that 775 would be
Maybe that'd be
trade them straight across.
Now I could work with that.
Right, there you go. We'll just right, quick trade, and
Yeah, quick trade. We'll work something out.
We'll even pay shipping.
We'll work something out.
Andrew Nangle said that he was looking for a 775 for sale online the other day. So this live stream is very helpful, especially since you have one for sale that Andrew should buy, because Andrew will know that it's set up by you. And
bingo, it's set up by me.
Yeah, you won't have to buy it off a Reverb and then take it to a luthier to get it set up,
Right, and you'll know I'll send it to you.
Right. Plus, it will have a raised pickups, which the ones on Reverb will not have that.
That's right.
So there's some incentive to buy it from this guy there, Andrew.
Yeah. Yep. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, it's funny. We start Christmas so early because you have to learn the songs. By the time Christmas rolls around, now you're so sick of them, you can't stand it. But it's the life of a musician. You're going to have to do that if you want to make a good impression on your audiences, or if you want to get some of those Christmas gigs. Very important. So anyway, I wanted to do another little thing on Joy to the World, because I wanted to show another version that I have. When I used to do, when I first did my holiday guitar, or what did you renamed that?
Holiday fingerstyle guitar.
Thank you. And do you have that? I need that cover. Do you have that available?
I mean, I have it on my computer.
I mean, you can't show it now, right?
Oh, probably. And if you give me 2 seconds.
So anyway, we have a new cover. But anyway, when I first, during Christmas, Gail and I would go out to a bookstore, and they would have me play at this bookstore. Well, there it is. That's a nice cover, Wes. You did really nice on that.
Yeah, I'm a master at Canva.
Couldn't you?
I would definitely say I'm really good at.
Couldn't you shrink
Canva.
my forehead a little? I'm starting to look like an alien.
No, you've always looked like that.
Huh.
But yeah, no, it took a little while to finagle that photo into that background, make it look okay.
Yeah, so I need to get a copy of that so I can send it to Angie. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, so we would go to this bookstore, and I would play, and Gail would sell my CDs, and we'd pay for Christmas this way. We got 4 kids, and we pay for Christmas just doing that. So, close to that. And plus, I would get gigs too from that, actually. So it worked out pretty good. So that's some creative thinking that you could do. The bookstores are pretty big and busy during Christmas.
Even like you used to play at like department stores even.
Yeah, I was hired by them. Like Macy's used to
Yeah.
used to have music, and so I'd go set up in the
next to the escalator and
just play and
Right.
stuff. And
that was interesting.
then at a mall, I got a gig playing at a mall one time. Here's a funny story. So I get to the mall, and I was late. It was so crowded, I was late. Finally get there, I take out my guitar, I sit down, my guitar is back there. The case is back there with the case open. And I'm facing this way, and I'm playing. I get done a half an hour, go to put my guitar in the case, I mean, and there's a bunch of money in my case. I'm like, wow. So this is how they do that. So leave your case open.
Yeah, Chuck Crocker says he's used fingerstyle Christmas for over 20 years.
Really?
The original green notebook version.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Chuck. I appreciate that. But anyway, I used to do Joy to the World, I guess. Here you go. Just kind of play a fingerstyle version. And then I go in this drum thing. So that's kind of a easy way of playing Joy to the World. That's kind of neat, kind of fun.
Yeah, it kind of bounces all over the place there. It's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of people, well, too, Jimmy Wynn would love to get a transcript of that great solo on Joy to the World. And then Al...
Thanks, Jimmy.
He never returned as a horse, as our buddy Al, who said, let's see, what is, sorry, gosh dang it. Where did it go? Crap. Well, oh, no, sorry, Chuck Crocker. What is your approach, thoughts when entering your solo? The first few lines were extremely tasteful. Maybe play that again, that Joy to the World.
I have no idea what I did. I don't know.
Well, play it again. Let's see what you come up with. What were you thinking? What do you think when you dive into that, when you're first diving into that solo?
Okay, well, if you take a look at the music, it's 4 bars of a sus chord, basically. And then there's the changes. F, B minor 7, flat 5, E7. So it goes A minor, D7. It's right around the cycle of fourths there. So we have all the secondary dominants in the key, and the accelerator guys know what I'm talking about. So here it comes.
Yeah.
Just playing over the changes. I don't know. You just think of the chords. You know, you got to think of the chords going by. That's got a lot of chords. It's kind of funny. The way that arrangement came about, I was doing, this girl singer came to town, and for the life of me, I can't remember her name. But she hired my quartet to back her up. And she said, okay, I want to do a jazz version of Joy to the World. And so, okay, and so Gary starts playing, and we're like, Joy to the World, you know, da, da, you know, you got one chord there, and it's like, we're just kind of messing around. I finally stopped and said, hey, man, we got to finalize these chords for this song because it ain't working. So what are we going to do? Okay, so I said, I like this. E7 to A, then D, G, C, F, and then Daryl came up with B, and then minor 7 flat 5 to A to D minor, and then we just kind of messed around a pedal F. And then on this part here, we went, oh yeah, A minor to D. And then then the E, whoop, A. So once, you know, it took about 5 minutes, but we had to finalize the chords. What the hell chords we're going to play for this song? And it went over like, it went over really good. So we had a good time. So that's where that came about. And then I did a track on it and wrote up the chords, and there you have it. Okay, where are we at, Wes?
We are gonna see if anyone has any other questions. There was some other ones up here that I need to check out. I'm trying to find this one. Question on harmonic minor from Foxtrot. I watched a video of you teaching a group on harmonic minor. You instructed the group to play A flat harmonic minor over G. How is harmonic applied in different keys?
That's melodic minor over G. I might have said harmonic by mistake. But over as an altered dominant sound, if I have a G7 and I play A melodic minor, A flat, I get the flat 9, the root. Well, let me go up, start at the beginning. A flat's the flat 9, the sharp 9, the third, the flat 5. Ouch. The sharp 5, the flat 7, the root. So you have all the altered tones. Now, sometimes the flat 5 gets a little much in there. Might sound better with the natural 5. All right, but the other thing now is over G, I could play C harmonic minor. So C harmonic minor is C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B, C. Now, I could go A flat, and then the bebop harmonic minor adds the extra note of the flat 7 and the natural 7. So now you get this. Now, over a dominant chord, the worst note you could play is the root, C. And that's what we always do. When you're so conditioned, when you say, play C harmonic minor, you play a C note. When the reality is that's the worst note. So you actually could either start with the B natural or the B flat. And it actually sounds better if you leave off the C. And so that. And now it resolves. There's melodic minor. And then here's a C major. So just try to remember that. Sometimes the worst note you can play is the dang tonic, the beginning note. Okay, so
what do you got?
I was going to show the L4 with Rob's pickup cover in it.
Yeah, L5.
L5. Yeah. Okay, so let's do that, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to put this down.
So, yeah, for those of you who don't know, his buddy, who's on the live stream here, Robin, made these pickup covers, these decorative pickup cover things. I'm going to see if I could find
oh, gosh, I
a
brought...
photo of them. Here you go.
Okay.
Here's kind of what one of them looks like here. And it's basically just, there's no pickup in here. It's just, it allows the guitar to kind of open up and breathe a little more. So you don't have a big old piece of metal sitting on it, which allows it to vibrate more and resonate more, I guess, in theory, right? Does that kind of...
Yep. Yeah, you got that half pound of metal sitting on the top. And that will restrict the top. I mean, but it makes up its sound, but, you know. All right, so here's the newest color that we got. But, Rob, I forgot to mention to you that you had ordered it on front pickup rings, so they were little. They have to be with the back pickup rings, so they're taller, because the pick guard sits on that. So just in the future, because we're not going to replace the front pickup, we're going to replace the back pickup, so you need the back pickup ring. So this one looks a little better, don't you think?
Yeah, it looks cool. Definitely.
Yeah.
It looks kind of just, you know, when you look at it quickly, it just looks like there's a pickup there. Yeah, it doesn't look too far off. It just looks like a weird pickup, or you've replaced the pickup with something else or something.
Yeah.
The different type of pickup or something.
Yeah. Well, number one, it makes the guitar lighter.
Mm.
And it does bring out more high end on the guitar. And acoustically, you can hear it more. And I can feel it vibrate on my gut, which it couldn't before. But whether or not I'm going to keep it like this, I'm actually don't know. The reason is because it had a certain sound, and obviously I wasn't that happy with the sound. But then after I did it, I'm like, well, now it kind of sounds. So I didn't even know what to call these. What do we call these?
Decorative pickup covers.
Well,
I mean, that's what they are.
Decorative pickup replacements.
Right. There you go.
Yeah. So, reset the name. That's funny, Rob. You're a funny boy. So yeah, so this is the my 68 L5, and so now it looks a lot more natural, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah.
Compared to having the other one. This,
Yeah.
You had this one in
I
there?
had that one in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so
Which I don't know. It's not that I don't like this one. This one could look good in like a Eastman or something, you know, something a little more modern or something, you know. But that old vintage look, it kind of needs that
yeah.
old vintagey speaker cover look is more fitting.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so I always talked about this. It is like you never use this back pickup. You never use it, and it's just sitting there, you know, doing nothing except restricting the top. So completely took it out, and then here. Can you shut off the overhead and let me play something?
Yep. Here you go.
Play some blues or something.
So do you think it sounds better now?
It's on this guitar. I think it does sound better, yeah. But I'm going to put it back. Just put it back original. But I think I'll put this on something else. I might put it on one of these. So we'll see.
Well, before you do put it back, let's shoot a video like testing it out with it in there, and then when you put it back, we'll test it out directly after you're done,
Okay.
and then test it out because I mean that's really the only way to get a good comparison of it.
True. Yeah, we'll do
Because
that.
otherwise, like, just you have to remember what it sounded like before. How do you remember what it sounded like? It's hard.
It's impossible.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll do that.
Garrett said, so the pickup is gone. There would be a hole there, but it's covered with that. Yes.
That's right.
And he said you should call it the whole thing.
Oh, I like that.
And let's see, Joel Henderson, I think, recommend it be called the Dan Crenshaw pickup cover. I don't know what that is.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
You're way above my head.
So yeah. Anyway, it would be interesting though to do that direct comparison. Yeah. Especially if you start marketing these bad boys. Because what if you put it back in and it doesn't? You're like, oh man, it's better without the pickup. Wouldn't that be something?
Yes. Well, you know what? We ought to do that on this. If I put the pickup in, I'll come out here, and we'll do that. And I'll play it like this, and then I'll put the pickup in, and then we'll see. The reason, I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, but it's especially on a cheap guitar, I think it would really improve it. Like a Joe Pass, one of my students did it on just took out his pickup on his Joe Pass, and he said, "Oh, I like it so much better." And so he ordered one of the rings from Rob. How about the Robin ring?
Jimmy Wynn says you could put some blue tape over the hole.
That's what Jake Reinhardt, several other people have done. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a guy play the other day with he had a Ibanez Art Core and he had
Blue tape over. Yeah.
It was gray duct tape.
Oh well, there's always that.
Yeah, so.
But again, that's still restricting the top with that tape on there.
Right.
Wouldn't you think that? It'd be like putting your hand there. So what's the point?
Yeah, or like, when you put tape on like a snare drum or a drum,
Exactly.
Like it really makes a huge difference.
Yep.
So I don't know about the, yeah, I don't know.
And listen to this sound. When you want to go acoustic, all you got to do is... See? So, instead of turning your knob
It's like an
down,
off button.
Yeah, it's off.
What happens when it splits the pickup?
Nothing.
Oh, it's just louder. Oh yeah, look, it's a volume boost.
It is a tiny bit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like your solo lead boost thing.
Is there a difference? Crazy. Crazy. Let me turn that. We could call these acoustic enhancers. No. Okay, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out, what to call those.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Here's a good question. As often as you're changing pickups, are you cutting those wires and resoldering each time? Yes. On this guitar, I did install a little splice block. And did I leave it in? I can't remember now if I took it out or... And the thing about it is, Gibson does not want to waste any wiring because, you know, it can vibrate against the top or something. So when, you know, there's about an inch worth of play is all you get, you know, so it's a little tough. How about the pickup patch? I like that. What do you think, Wes? The pickup patch.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Let's do a lesson. Shall we do a lesson, or do
Yeah.
you want to do news?
Probably do a lesson. Then I'll jump in right after.
Okay, because I'm going to need you to do a lesson.
Could you do Bud's Blues? Jimmy Wynn can't find it on the library.
Bud's Blues. How did that go? Is he I think that's it. That's Bud Blues. I think. Okay, you know what? I'd like to talk about fingering on the guitar. When you think about it, I've kind of been teaching, and all of us have been teaching the guitar the wrong way when it comes to fingering. So let's go close up here, Wes. If I'm playing a G scale, here's what I'm taught with the E position. Now, when you think about it, we really have two shapes going on here. We have this shape, and then we have this shape. Now, the reality is this. If I play this shape, why not continue with the same shape? In other words, I'm starting here with my second finger. This is more of a repeat of the same shape. Here is this shape where I'm starting with the E string and then two notes on one string. And then two notes on one string. Two notes on one string. Okay, so those shapes, this is a duplicate of this. Now this here, let's go up to the key of C. If I play a C scale, this shape starts with the little finger. So this is actually an octave lower of this shape would look like this. Do you see it? This, starting with the little finger, starting with the little finger, playing those four notes, two notes on the next string. And then, so this shape okay, you get the idea? Isn't that weird? So you've got multi-shapes going on, and it's really prevalent when you play an arpeggio. Here's A minor 7. But then we continue with this shape here. That's a different fingering. If I continue with this fingering, You see how that's all one fingering? This fingering here, where I'm starting with the third finger, would be more like this. Nope. A major 7 shape. As opposed to, that's a different shape. This shape would be, here's C. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yep. And you're waiting for someone to say respond. No one's gonna respond but me.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right. Yeah. So you might want to think about that. As it's very prevalent. You can really see it in a harmonic minor scale. Now, instead of continuing here, what about you just taking the same fingering? You see, that's the same fingering, starting with the first 3 notes with those 3 fingers. Okay, and then if I want to complete, if you don't end on a 3rd finger, that locks you in. If you end so you can slide up, then now I'm free to. Make sense? Everybody's saying yes. Good.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so think about that when you go to finger a scale or an arpeggio or even a lick. You know, if you get in the habit of duplicating fingers, even licks, you know, those make total sense. You're doing just the exact same thing on different string group.
Nice.
Okay.
So there's a name. Tom came up with a good name for your thing. Rich Resonator.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's me and Rob. How about R&R Resonator?
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Garrett said, I was switching P90s to humbuckers on my Gibson SG, so I soldered a mini jack for easy switching. Later, I got Fralin P90s and got rid of the jacks.
Yeah, you know, it's sometimes the jacks work, you know, they work great. You know, let's face it, they work great, though. But there's a little more weight to maybe wiggle around in there. And it's just so easy to solder something, you know. But either way, I bought these things. They just clamp in. You no soldering at all. You just stick a wire in there, push down on the thing, and boom, it's done. And those are nice and easy.
Yeah.
How,
That would save a lot of time for sure.
yeah. I mean, I wish they would make guitars like that because switching pickups is a pain in the yin yang, especially if you got to take out, and go directly to the pot. Then you got to pull out the pots and everything, and it's a pain in the ass.
Speaking of pickups, we're Bartolini, who happens to be based here in the same city as we are at Atascadero, which is really, really bizarre. They're going to be sending us some pickups to test out, so we're going to be doing some videos and stuff, hopefully on those.
Well, we better get that jack then stuck in there so we
Right.
can switch those out.
Yeah.
Why don't you do some news?
All right. All right. Stand by. Hold on.
Come on now.
Where's my stuff? All right, here we go.
The Riggs Rich Resonator.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. So, person who comes up with the right name will get a free one of those. So everyone obviously knows Epiphone, but apparently the company, which is owned by Gibson, is about to get into the guitar effects market. They apparently got this new pedal coming out, multi-effects thing. It's called the Epiphone Power Players Multi-Effects Pedal. It's going to be marketed towards beginners once that does hit the market. But already the people are saying like, wait a minute, because it looks exactly like this other model, which you could see on your screen. Look at how similar that is. It's the exact same thing. Like, that is not made by two different companies. That is made by the same company. So the top one's a Joyo tone chain TC1. And it's, like I said, all the same button configurations. Here's a different kind of look at it. It's got the same inputs on the side. Same little monitor. So yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So everyone's going like, what is the deal with that? What's going on, Epiphone? So experts are saying that Gibson just wanted to get a basic, affordable, compact multi-effects unit. So it ordered the same unit from the original equipment manufacturer as Joyo, and then just told the company to put Epiphone branding on it, and they did it. And so other people are also saying that like Joyo might be the one who produced it and let Gibson or let Epiphone put its name on it, because they've apparently other companies have other pedals that are exactly like Joyo's. So Harley Benton has this American True Tone pedal. It apparently looks exactly like a Joyo pedal too. So they're thinking Joyo is like this, pedal manufacturer, and they sell pedals to other brands. Everything's legal, so no lawsuits or anything are expected to take shape. But it's kind of a cheesy way to get yourself into a new market, though, right?
Well, yeah,
come on, Gibson. Like, don't you already make so much money?
But they have the distribution. That's the deal. They Epiphone and Gibson, they've got Guitar Center basically.
They also have money that they could put towards making an original pedal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like they're broke for this is like a pure money grab. Because they're not putting any effort. They're like, "Hey, if we designed a pedal, if we had a pedal with our name on it, we could make X amount of money. All right, let's find the cheapest way to get this out as possible and do it." So they're not putting any care or time or anything into it. It's purely just like a business decision. Like, it's probably not a good pedal. I mean, I'm guessing it's just like every other, But Gibson does have the means and money to design its own pedal. That's something that could be unique and stand out in the market.
You would think so, but no, apparently not.
So I don't know. It's just another Gibson money grab for me. Like,
Yeah.
they're so they're just so greedy. Their money, you know. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I I don't know what to think about big companies like that because they've been on the verge of reorganization and stuff like that, and for a long time they got they've got a giant, I don't know. My feeling is a company starts off, they get of course they've been around for 100 some odd years, but they start off, they do great, they hire people. Now they got a big giant nut to crack. They got to produce to make their payments. It's a big giant mess, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, it's something. It's not. I don't know. It's not cool. Todd Richmond just said time-honored tradition of having one builder and then different companies put their own logo on it, and the Chinese companies are just copying other circuits and flooding the market. Yeah. So.
Yep.
I don't know. Garrett says, on the other hand, if Gibson wanted to buy my mugs and have me put their name on it, fine. I'm laughing all the way to the bank. That's true. I mean, what Joyo is probably stoked because they probably, got a pretty large chunk of change here. So no doubt about Joyo probably was like, yeah,
Yeah.
do it.
Sure.
You're going to give us, X amount of every pedal you sell. These guys are going to sell 1 million pedals. So yeah, definitely here. Take the design. You got it. It's yours.
Rob, we ought to get the Rob Riggs, the Rich and Rob pickup whole resonator, sell the idea to Gibson. Look at how much money they could save just putting one pickup. They've already made the hole in the top. Just put, and then if they wanted a pickup, they could just put a pickup in there. But they don't have to sell the pickup. Or they could include that in every sale of their guitar. Whoa. I could just see the dollar signs. The Gibson.
That's not bad. I mean, it sounds like something they would do to save, $50 on every guitar or something, whatever that back pickup costs. They'd probably be all for it. You'd make them another
Yeah, right.
$100 million this year.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right, so more outrage in the news today. And that's with the Rolling Stone, their new
Their
new list. Not the Rolling Stones.
Okay.
Rolling Stones, the top 250 guitarists of all time list. Just people are just really upset about it. Yeah, so.
Who's on the list?
For instance, okay, so here's one that I was like, okay, let's see, where is it? So do you know a guitarist named Saint Vincent?
No.
That's because she's like a pop singer. I don't even think, and she's new. She's probably been around for less than 10 years. I'm sure she's a decent guitar player for sure. But okay, so you got her at number 26 on the list.
Okay.
She's like less than a Berklee School of Music grad, really newcomer into the world. And then way back here at number 205.
Eric Johnson.
Eric Johnson. When Eric Johnson is a shredder, he's amazing. And so that's kind of what sums up the list for you. I like some.
I'm sorry. Don't they have the list just printed out so we can see everybody on there? Are they all? You got to go through the pictures and everything.
You got to go through kind of the pictures and stuff, and I don't know. My thing is like lagging right now, so. Well, it seems like it's working. Anyway, yeah, one of the ones that I thought was hilarious was Tom Morello, this guy from Rage Against the Machine, who is like, I don't know, something's going on with my computer right now. Keith Richards is at 15, which is, come on, Prince is a good player. Carlos Santana at number 11.
Dwayne
B.B. King at 8. Nile Rodgers 7. Sister Rosetta Tharpe. Jeff Beck at 5. Eddie Van Halen 4. Jimmy Page 3. And Chuck Berry 2. And number 1, like I said, Jimi Hendrix. Where was one of these guys that I was like, oh my God, why is this guy even on the list at all? Like, what is going on? It was George Harrison, number 31. Jack White, number 2 or 32. Anyway, it was Chet Atkins, 39. It was Bo Diddley, 41.
Yeah, Bo.
Johnny Ramone
I don't know.
at number 44. This guy's a punk rock. This guy plays power chords only.
Right.
Like he might have a quick little solo here and there, but like it's just unbelievable. It really, really is. And then you get down here, yeah, like we were saying, there's some really good guys here at the very end of that. Grant Green at 203.
Jeez.
You know, Vince Gill, 202. Is he even? He's a singer.
No, he's a wonderful guitarist.
Kingfish, who's great new jazz player. Gary Clark Jr. is a huge blues guy. I mean, so anyway. That's kind of how the list.
Who's last?
That's kind of how the list goes. Last on the list is
Jennifer Batten. Wow.
Andy Summers, The Police. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, Rick Beato immediately went to his viewers. He's everyone knows this guy. He's got tons of viewers. He calls the list idiotic. His the title of his thing is Rolling Stones. You see it right here. He's just like scratching his head about the whole thing because he's just like, some of my friends are on there who haven't even been out on the scene for 10 years.
Yeah.
And this is supposedly supposed to be an all-time list. People have been playing acoustic electric guitar for hundreds of years. Beto just briefly mentioned a few players. He didn't call anybody out for like being on the list, but he was like, frustrated that players like George Benson not on the list, Al Di Meola, Peter Frampton's not even on there.
No Joe Pass either. Huh?
Yeah, I don't believe Joe Pass is on there either. So anyway, it's pretty interesting. I don't know if it was just a ploy to. I don't even know.
Well, it's to sell magazines is what it's for.
Right.
So it's not realistic. Ike Turner.
All right. So yeah. Anyway, that's what I got for you. So
Dickie Betts, I like that.
You can go check out the list for yourself. I'm trying to just scan through. There you go. This guy's this is a guy that should be on the list, right?
Sure.
A great. And then there's this guy.
Is Segovia on the list?
I don't know. And also, like Liz Phair, like what? Liz Phair is like a pop singer who hasn't had anything relevant in the past like 15 years.
No Django Reinhardt.
Joe Perry, I'd make a case for Joe Perry.
Okay.
The Aerosmith guy.
Sure.
He's got some taste.
How about Slash? Was he on there?
He is on there for sure.
Oh, well, good. You've got to have Slash.
Yeah, Slash. I thought he would be higher. Slash is kind of an iconic guy. Dimebag Darrell, he's definitely.
Oh, well, he's smoking. Dimebag Darrell.
Right.
He actually can play stuff.
Yeah. Steve Vai at 127. How does that work? Steve Vai is. He should be higher.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, that's enough of that. That's just kind of how the cookie crumbles there for Rolling Stone and why do 250? That is so many. Like the top 1,500 It was like, why not just say like 1,000 or like it should be 100 at the most.
Yeah.
So anyway, someone in the chat said that they I think it was Eddie Davis said that someone did a countdown of the top 50 guitar players that didn't make the Rolling Stone list. So that would be a cool YouTube video to check out. I want to check that out. I think that's what he said. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, now Adam's got a point here. He says, I know they say that the list should reflect modern times, but how about exposing young people to the past, the ones who have influenced everyone? Yeah, really. Why not they do the most influential guitar players of all time? Okay, so I could see Jimi Hendrix on there, as well as,
Yeah.
Les Paul.
Yeah,
Les Paul
I mean, even Slash could be on. Yeah, like, dude, there's just some people on there that like Rick Beato said, they haven't even been around for 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are they? They're not making a mark on music quite yet.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, give me a break. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I never did find where. Wes Montgomery added, but yeah.
Yeah, I wish they'd just print out the list.
Yeah, so Todd has a good idea here. You could sell your pickup cover idea to Eastman with a modular plug for adding the pickup back in.
Right.
Yeah. And sell that to all the companies.
Well, yeah, and then Rob, we need to talk about, you could modify this switch so it could actually do something instead of just turn it off, It's
All right. Yeah, so like, what would it do then?
Well,
Shoot fire out the...
could be like a dispenser of some sort.
There you go. Like a Pez dispenser.
Yeah, was Larry Carlton on the list?
I'm just scanning through for...
And Ted Green. Yeah, I'm sure
Oh,
Ted
definitely
Green's.
not.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Ted who? What?
right, exactly.
Or even Lenny Bro.
Lenny Bro. I'm just still kind of scanning around here, but I don't...
All right. Is that it for the news?
That's it for news today, yeah.
That's news at 11.
Yes, sir. So anybody have any more requests or questions or anything like that? Better get them in now because it's getting close to burrito time, I think, for us.
I'm going to play a tune. Blues for Alice.
Awesome. Oh, wow.
Sorry, shouldn't have picked that one.
All right, now pick something else. Maybe you could redeem yourself. Let's see. Wakowick says, "Oh yeah, if you have any guilds, can you take them out?" Sorry, she clicked off it. Can you take them out for the next live? Would like to hear what you think of the new guilds as well.
I don't have any new guilds. I have one 1957 X50. I've sold all the other ones.
Is there a drum effects pedal you can recommend for jazz? Drum effects, like a drum machine thing? Well, remember that one guy was. Where did we hear that? The trio pedal.
The trio pedal, yeah.
Oh, yeah, where you can like
Yeah.
make the little.
Is there a demo on that, Wes, on YouTube? The trio. Yeah, check that out, man.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So Christine, check that out. It's called the trio pedal. I have no idea who makes it, but apparently you can get like it's like a looper pedal, but it produces a jazz
track.
Yeah, like
based off the chords you're playing or something.
Yeah, it's apparently
crazy.
pretty hip. So it'd be fun to test that out.
Yeah. Also, the app Drum Genius is excellent. Wow. Here's Blues and C.
Yeah, one of those classic endings. I love it.
You know, I played a gig, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, and I thought to myself as I was playing it, I either need to play more gigs or do more practicing because my hands are getting tired. And so, yeah, you know, I used to, many years ago, and is you say to yourself, okay, I'm going to go play a set, and you take out your stuff and just play a bunch of songs and go through a set of songs, an hour's worth of songs, just like you would at a gig. And I need to do that. I'm going to do that this week, damn it. And we're going to see a big difference next week.
Hey, you need to all your fans,
Fans?
all your fans who wished you a happy birthday
Oh,
earlier this week. You should say thank you to them.
thank you for wishing me happy birthday this week. I really appreciate it. It's really a blessing to see all those wishes. Thank you, Wes. So, yeah, I turned 72.
Dang.
Wow, man. It's like, wow. I'm going to watch that Mick Jagger video again on his routine. Did you see that?
No.
What he does?
But I know he's a healthy guy.
Very good.
Is he vegan?
No.
No.
No, but he doesn't. I don't know if he eats red meat. I know he eats salmon.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't picture him eating a lot of red meat. That's for sure. That's so bad
Jim,
for you.
you've yeah. So very healthy, and same with Ringo. Same thing. By the way, there's a little blurb in this book about the first time I went to Ringo's house. It was for some holiday, and talked about Ringo's got a go-kart track for Zach and stuff, and I thought that's so cool. And then she also talks about when Paul was picking her up from the airport or the train station, and Paul and her and Jim, Paul's father, in his Aston Martin, and I'm thinking, does an Aston Martin have a four-seater? I don't know. Anyway, he ended up bumping the person in front of him. You know, he was talking away and just kind of rolled into the person in front of him in the car, and they got out of the car and they were irate until they found out who they were talking to, and then he wanted his autograph. So it didn't cause any damage, but it's just interesting. Anyway, it's an interesting read.
So Rob has a question for you, and I'm wanting to know the answer to this too. He says 72. What's the point in even getting up? So yeah, what is the point?
Before you take that dirt nap. Well, one of these days you go to sleep, and if you're lucky, you won't wake up.
All right. Yeah, Garrett says 19. He's I'm there too. 1951, best year ever.
Yeah, 1951.
Al's a 53 version. He said.
Still a baby.
Yeah. Joseph just turned 73 on October 9th. Nice. Happy birthday, Joseph. A true classic from 50, Al says.
1950, yeah. Yeah, 51, yeah. That's crazy, huh? 1951. You look back and you look at what was going on in 1951. Wow. And the price of things. Anyway, my parents, they got married during World War II, and they tried for 9 years to have me. Can you imagine going 9 years?
Wow.
Without any kids? God, that must have been wonderful.
Right. And then they finally had you, and they're
they
like,
had me
dang it, what did we do?
God dang it, jeez.
Should have quit after
Whoops,
year 7, year 8.
Whoops, what do I, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so anyway.
God was trying to tell him not to have you, but for 9 years, God was trying to be like...
he's like, nah, you don't want this to happen. Yeah. Be careful what you pray for.
We'll give you one more year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you got any last minute questions? It's 1 o'clock, so we should probably start wrapping this up.
How well can you recover from mistakes?
I don't know. This is a true lesson on it, though.
Okay, guys. Hey, thank you for joining us. I really, really do appreciate it. And I hope you had a good time. We had a good time.
And yeah, Jim asked any news on the upcoming event, and we will have more news on that next week.
All right,
Definitely.
you guys, listen.
We got to do some planning.
Mark off March 1st, 2nd, 3rd in your calendar. You're coming to California, and you're coming to the Jazz Guitar Festival. We'll get all the tickets and everything ready to go next week.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yep. We'll talk to you guys later.
Okay. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.